Right, good day, grade 10 learners. Welcome to our mathematics lesson. How was your holiday? I really hope you had a good rest. Right, we're going to have our lesson today, and we're going to look at what? At the reciprocals of trigonometric ratios. I am Sikhulile Ncube, and this lesson is proudly brought to you by the Gauteng Department of Education. I really hope that you are ready for the lesson. Grade 10s, please, let's make sure that we are ready for the lesson. You know what I expect from you, isn't it? Okay, your books should be in front of you, your pens, your pencils, your rulers, and everything that you're going to use in the lesson, please. Make sure that when you're coming for the lessons, you're ready for them, because we won't have time to be borrowing things from someone, isn't it? Okay? Right. Now, we're going to look at what? The reciprocals of trigonometric ratios. I really hope that you're going to benefit from this lesson. Okay, we're going to start now. Right, what are we going to do? We're going to define the reciprocals of trigonometric ratios. Did you define? What did you define in the previous lesson? We defined trigonometric ratios in the previous lessons. We looked at trigonometric ratios when you're looking at the right angle triangle and then also angles in the Cartesian plane. Do you remember that? So today we're going to look at the reciprocals, which is cosec theta. Don't worry, you're going to learn about that. Sec theta. Okay, remember theta is representing angles, okay? We're just using theta, can be A, can be B, can be C, can be X. And then cot theta, we're going to talk about that, remember? And then we're going to be using right angle triangles and also the Cartesian plane in today's lesson, okay? Right. Now we have done right angle triangles. You know them. These are triangles with what? With a 90-degree angle. We're going to revise reciprocals. We're going to use our knowledge about the reciprocals a lot today. The Pythagoras theorem. Remember r squared plus, r squared is equals to what? X squared plus y squared. And then trigonometric ratios. Do you still remember them? Sine of angle theta, which is sine theta. Cosine of angle theta, which is cos theta. Then tangent of angle theta, which is tan theta. And then the Cartesian plane. Right, remember grade 10s, what do we have? We have our WhatsApp line 064-748-8913. You are free to ask questions. We want your questions. Okay? And then also you can send us your work, you can send us your input. Okay, you don't understand something, want me to re-explain, please do send your questions. Okay, also we have a team this side that will be looking at your questions and then answering you. Let's do that. Let's move together. Right, now I want you to have 1 minute answering question 1. Okay, after answering question 1, we're going to mark our work, and then we go to question 2 and then question 3. That's our baseline assessment. So let's start with question 1 for 1 minute. Right, well done, grade 10. Did you manage to get the definition for a reciprocal? A reciprocal in general, what is a reciprocal? Okay, remember we're going to be looking at reciprocals of what? Trigonometric ratios. But in general, what is a reciprocal? Do you remember that? Okay, right. Now, a reciprocal is what? A reciprocal is a multiplicative inverse of a number or a variable. Remember last year, you did multiplicative inverses. Do you remember that? When you multiply them, if you say 3 and 1 over 3, if you multiply them, they give you 1, isn't it? Right. So that's a multiplicative inverse. Or the easy thing to see what a reciprocal is, divide that number, divide 1 by a number or a variable. You want the reciprocal of x, divide 1 by x. You want the reciprocal of 1 over 3, divide 1 by 1 over 3. If you divide 1 by the number, you get the reciprocal of that number. Okay? So now, using what we have discussed so far, I want you to try to answer question 2. Right, question 2, what's the reciprocal of 3? B, what's the reciprocal of 2 over 5? Then C, what's the reciprocal of x over y? It's very, very important. I want you to understand these 3 before we move on to reciprocals of trigonometric ratios. For 2 minutes, can you try to answer these 3? Well done, Cretans. Did you manage to get the answer? Yeah, let's see. We're marking our answers now. Right, what is the reciprocal of 3? What do? We said we have to divide 1 by 3. And then you get what? Write it as a fraction. Don't write it as a decimal, okay? Right, it is 1 over 3. So the reciprocal of 3 is 1 over 3. Can you mark that? Okay. Right. What is the reciprocal of 2 over 5? What did you get? Okay, let's do it together. Right. We are going to say 1 divided by 2 over 5. And then what we do? When we dividing a fraction, what we do, Cretans? How do we divide fractions? We tip and times. Do you remember that? So it means 5 goes up and then the 2 goes down. So it's going to be 1 times. You see, the division has changed. It's now times. Times 5 over 2. What is 1 times 5 over 2? It is 5 over 2. Do you see that? So the answer here is 5 over 2. Let's look at this. We had 2 over 5. And then the reciprocal is 5 over 2. Do you see what has happened there? It's like the denominator went up and became the numerator, and the numerator went down and became what? And became the denominator. Do you see that? Very, very important in today's lesson. Okay, once you master this, you're going to enjoy today's lesson. That's a reciprocal. Now the x and y, you must get it right. If you didn't get it right, can you correct it now before I show you the answer? What is the reciprocal of x over y? X divided by y. Okay, right. I gave you time to do it, isn't it? Right, I wanted you to just correct it before I show you the answer. So x divided by y is going to be 1 divided by x over y. We tip and times, so it becomes y over x. Do you see? The reciprocal of x over y is y over x. That's the reciprocal. Right, now I want you to remember the following. Okay, it's a revision. Let's just revise. And then we're going to use our revision and what we have learned about the reciprocals to what? To learn what we have to learn today, which is what? The reciprocals of trigonometric ratios. I really hope that you're writing short notes. Please don't write everything. Don't write everything. Otherwise, you won't finish. Right, I'll tell you the most important points that you have to write. Okay? Right, but if you want also to have your own notes, just write short ones so that we are not left behind. 064-748-8913 is our line, okay? And I want everyone to be, we want to move together. Everyone, no one should be left behind, okay? Right, and then state the following trigonometric ratios in terms of opposite side, adjacent side, and hypotenuse side. Do you remember these ones? It's a revision. I want correct answers from everyone. What is sine theta? What is cos theta? What is tan theta? Okay, let's try that. Sorry, we need what? We need 1 minute, and then we will mark our work. Let's try. Right, well done, Cretans. I really hope that I know you got everything correct there. Okay, we've been doing this thing for a long time now. Do you remember your soccer toe? Soccer toe. Right. Sine theta. Sine theta is opposite side over hypotenuse side. Cos theta is adjacent side over hypotenuse side, and tan theta is opposite side over adjacent side. Okay, so sine theta is opposite side over hypotenuse side. What do you think the reciprocal of sine theta is going to be? If sine theta is opposite side over hypotenuse side, what will be the reciprocal? Okay, I'm going to ask you later. Right, but remember that. And then cos theta is adjacent side over hypotenuse side. Mark that. What do you think the reciprocal is going to be? Okay, yeah, I know you have the answer already. Right, and then tan theta is opposite side over adjacent side. What do you think the reciprocal is going to be? If tan theta is opposite side of adjacent side, the reciprocal is going to be? Okay, we're going to discuss that today. We are going to learn that today. Okay, right now, let's move on. We have done our baseline assessment, which is going to assist us in today's lesson. Right now, let's start our reciprocals of trigonometric ratios. You must know that this one is the reciprocal of this. Okay, very, very important. So the cosecant function, we write it as cosec. So cosec theta, the cosecant of angle theta, is the reciprocal of sine theta. Please write this one down. Cosec theta is the reciprocal of sine theta. Okay, write it down. Write it down. I'm going to give you 1 minute to write it down and try to write the ratio of cosec theta in terms of opposite side, hypotenuse side, or adjacent side. Okay, what is it going to be? Can you try that? I'm going to give you 1 minute. Copying this and trying to write the reciprocal of sine theta for 1 minute. Let's try. Well done, grade 10s. Let's see, we're marking our work now. We want to see if you got it right, okay? Right, before I even tell you what you're supposed to do. How nice is that? You see? Right, now, cosec theta is the reciprocal of sine theta. So we say the reciprocal of sine theta, we have to divide 1 by sine theta. So it will be like 1 divided by sine theta, okay? And then the sine theta, we know that is opposite side over adjacent side. So it means we are saying 1 divided by opposite side over hypotenuse side. Do you see that? And then what do we do? This is a fraction. Opposite side of hypotenuse side, this is a fraction. So what do we do? When you're dividing a fraction, you tip n times. The hypotenuse side goes up, the opposite side goes down, then the division sign changes to what? To times. So it's going to be 1 times hypotenuse side over opposite side. So the cosec theta, the reciprocal of sine theta, is hypotenuse side over opposite side. The other way around. Remember that sine theta is opposite side over hypotenuse side. Therefore, its reciprocal, which is cosec theta, will be hypotenuse side over opposite side. So now I want you to write this one down. So these are the two main things that I want you to write. This and this. Let's copy that for 30 seconds. I'm not going to go anywhere. I'll wait for you. Just copy that. Well done. I hope you're done. Please send us your input. Okay. If you something that you missed, please send us your WhatsApp 064-748-8913. That's our WhatsApp line. Please send us a WhatsApp. Want to make sure that you don't miss anything. Right. And then cosec sometimes confuses. Sounds like we're going to be talking about cos. Please take note of that. Cosec theta is the reciprocal of sine theta, not cos theta. Okay? There is a reciprocal for cos theta, which we're going there now. Right. And then second function. Right. Sec theta is the reciprocal of cos theta. Sec theta is the reciprocal of cos theta. Let's do what we did in the previous one. We said we are going to copy this and then try to write the ratio sec theta. Let's try that for 1 minute. Well done. Grade 10, did you manage to finish your work? Okay, please, if you need time, tell us. 064-748-8913. Right, now sec theta is the reciprocal of cos theta. So it means we have to divide 1 by cos theta to get the reciprocal. So you're saying sec theta is going to be 1 divided by cos theta. Remember, cos theta is adjacent side over the hypotenuse side. So now it means we are dividing that. And then when we're dividing, we tip and times. So it's going to be 1 times hypotenuse side over adjacent side. That is sec theta, which is the reciprocal of cos theta. Okay, so now you must have this in your book and then this. Okay, and then the other things you can have them is fine, but these are the 2 main things that I want you to have. Right, let's write that for another 30 seconds. I'm going to give you time to do that. 30 seconds, let's try. Right, I hope you managed to copy the 2 main points. Let's go to the last one, the last reciprocal of what? Of a trigonometric ratio. Right, which one is it? Tan theta, the reciprocal of tan theta. What do you think is going to be called? Secant or something like that. If we say second, cosecant. Okay, right, no, okay. So it's called cotangent. 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 So the cotangent, which is in short cot theta. Cot theta is the reciprocal of tan theta. Okay? Tan theta is what? Opposite side over adjacent side. Do you remember that? So tan theta is opposite side over adjacent side. Like we did in the last 2, we want to try again for 1 minute. You copy this point and then you try to write the ratio of cot theta. Let's try to do that in terms of opposite side, adjacent side, or hypotenuse side. Which one is which? Cot theta. Let's try for 1 minute. Welcome back, grade 10s. Grade 10s, we're requesting for you to, let's interact. Sorry, let's interact. I wanted to say that. Let's interact. Our WhatsApp line is 064-748-8913. We want to receive your information, your input, even your work, please. You can send us your work. Take a picture and send us your work. Please don't keep quiet. We need to interact. We want to understand if you understand what the topic. Even if you understand, just give us feedback. We need that feedback. Okay? Don't just keep quiet. Also, I will just sit in front of you and keep quiet if you continue keeping quiet. Okay? But let's interact. Let's talk to each other. Right? You need time. Send us your WhatsApp. You've done your work. You want us to see your work. Send us your picture of the picture of your work. Let's do that. Let's interact. Okay? Right. Cot theta is the reciprocal of what? Tan theta, isn't it? Tan theta is opposite side over adjacent side. Right, we said reciprocal. We are dividing 1 by that variable. or by that number. So reciprocal of tan theta, we're dividing 1 by tan theta. Okay, so 1 by tan theta, and then tan theta is opposite side over adjacent side. We're dividing 1 by opposite side over adjacent side. We tip and times, and then becomes what? 1 times adjacent side over opposite side. And then what we have? This is our reciprocal cot theta. Please write this in 30 seconds, and then we move on to the next thing. 30 seconds, copy. Remember, just these two. These are the two main points. Okay, 30 seconds. Right, well done, grade 10s. Right, let's go through what we've learned so far. We have learned that the reciprocal of sine theta is cosec theta, which is going to be hypotenuse side over opposite side. We have learned that the reciprocal of cos theta is sec theta, which is hypotenuse side over adjacent side. And we have learned that the reciprocal of cot theta, what am I saying? The reciprocal of tan theta is cot theta, which is adjacent side over opposite side. That's what we have learned, cretins. Don't forget that. You are going to get questions on this. Trigonometric ratios and their reciprocals. Okay, this name is very, very difficult. Okay, trigonometric ratios. Okay, yeah. Now, let's move on. Now, we want to apply what we have learned so far. Consider the given triangle. State the following in terms of A, B, and C. Right, I'm going to give you 5 minutes. This is the longest time I'm going to give you now. 5 minutes. I want the answers. After that, we're going to be marking our work. What is sine B, cosec B? There are two answers for A there. Sine B and cosec B. B, cos C and sec C. And then C, tan C and cot C. For 5 minutes, let's try. Welcome back, grade 10s. I really hope you managed to get everything correct. Okay, we're going to continue. Let's mark our work now. Let's mark our work. But before we do that, we'd like to thank you very much. We got a feedback from Ekangala School of Mining and Engineering. Thank you very much. Let's continue trying our best. You try your best on your side, and also we try our best on our side, and together we can do far much better. Right now, let's try our best. Okay, and then let's mark our work now. Sine B and cosec B. We have to check the angle we're talking about here. This is the angle B, and then sine B. Remember SOHCAHTOA? You can write it by the side. SOHCAHTOA is opposite side over hypotenuse side. Which side is opposite B? It's there. You see that? That's the side opposite B. And then the side opposite the 90-degree angle is our A here. So it's going to be opposite side, which is B over A. That is sine B. Sine B is B over A. So what will be our cosec B? The reciprocal of that is going to be A over B. Remember that it is the hypotenuse side now, which is this one, over the opposite side. You see, it's going to be A over B, you see, which is the reciprocal of this. B over A over B. Okay? Right. You think now I have an idea I can correct my B? I'm talking about B, I'm talking about this one. So you think, no, I think I did this B wrong. Let me correct it. Please do that. Just try to be ahead of me. Let's go to the next angle. C. Right. C, please check your reference angle. It's very, very important because the opposite side for C is the adjacent side for B. So you pick your angle very, very appropriately. Right now, C, cos is adjacent. The side next to C is this one. And then hypotenuse is this one. Hypotenuse is the side opposite what? The 90-degree angle. So cos C is going to be B over A. Does it make sense? Sine B is B over A, cos C is B over A. You'll remember this one later. Né? It's fine. There's nothing wrong with that. Okay? This angle and this angle. They are complementary angles, but let's not concentrate on that. Right? So cos C is B over A. What will be sec C? The reciprocal. Cos adjacent side over hypotenuse side. The reciprocal is going to be hypotenuse side over adjacent side. So it's going to be A over B. Right, let's go to cot tan C and cot C. The reference angle is this one, still this one. And then tangent of angle C is opposite side, which is this one, over adjacent side. Adjacent means next to the angle. So it's going to be C over B. Okay? So what is the reciprocal? You must get this one right. Cot C is going to be B over C. You see that? Did you get everything correct? Well done, well done, well done. Now, the next activity, you mustn't lose any mark. Grade 10s, you mustn't lose any mark. Please, we have done this thing. We're repeating the same thing. But now we're just using numbers instead of what? The variables, okay? Right, I want you to write sec A, cot C, cosec A. I'm going to give you 3 minutes. Let's try. Please continue to send us your questions, your input, your feedback. We really, really appreciate that. 064-748-8913. Let's try this activity for 3 minutes. Right, welcome back, grade 10s. I really hope that you're trying there on your side. We got feedback. Thank you very much for the feedback. Thank you very much for the questions, right, from Chitopili Secondary School and also Butlebe Zulu Secondary School. You want me to explain about these ratios. Okay, please continue listening. I'll try to revisit everything that we have done. But if you check what we are doing, we are just repeating the same thing. So if we get time at the end of the lesson, I will re-explain for you. Thank you very much for those questions. I will really try to get time to explain again, maybe from the start, just summarize it. Okay, right now, please continue listening. Even if you don't understand, try to continue listening. At the end, I'll try to summarize everything. Right, and then Sec A. Okay, as I'm explaining, I'm going to be revisiting the basic concepts. Right, Sec A is the reciprocal of which trigonometric ratio? Ask yourself that question. Sec A is the reciprocal of cos A, cosine of angle A. And then we'd agree that, or we now know that cosine of angle A is adjacent side over hypotenuse. Remember that. So let me just write it by the side here. Cos A is going to be adjacent side over hypotenuse. And then the adjacent side is 12. If you check the side, there are three sides. A right angle triangle has three sides. So there's a side which is going to be adjacent, opposite, and the hypotenuse. Okay. Right. So cos A is going to be adjacent side, which is 12 for this angle A here. It's going to be 12 because it's next to. So it's 12 over the hypotenuse side. You see it opposite the 90-degree angle is 13. So that is the cos A. And then what will be its reciprocal? Now, we learned this one in our previous lesson. Today, now we're talking about the reciprocal of that. So we are saying we are dividing this 12 over 13 by 1. Remember, if you're dividing by 1, or if you're dividing a fraction, you tip and time. So it becomes 13 over 12. Just know that the denominator goes up, becomes the numerator. The numerator goes down and becomes the denominator. So sec A is going to be 13 over 12. Do you see that? Cos A, we have 12 over 13. And then sec A, we have 13 over 12. Okay, let me pick a better pen. Right, the red one I think is clearer. Right, and then cos C, cot C. Cot C is the reciprocal of tan C. Okay, I'm trying to go back so that people don't understand. Maybe they may get something. Right, tangent of angle C is opposite side over adjacent side. Now, if you check for this angle C here, the opposite side is this one, which is 12. And then the adjacent side, next to, that's 5. So tangent of angle C is going to be 12 over 5, isn't it? Right, now, what will be the reciprocal of that? And the reciprocal of tan C is called cot C. Okay, so what's the reciprocal of that? Is it going to be 12 over 5? It's 5 over 12. Reciprocal tan C is opposite side over adjacent side. Cot C is adjacent side over opposite side. So it's the other way around. Okay, right. Now, so cot C there is going to be 5 over 12. Do you see that? This is this and that. These are reciprocals of each other. Okay, and then cosec A is the reciprocal of sine A. Do you remember how we get sine A? Sine A is what? Sine A is opposite side over hypotenuse side. And then this is our A we're talking about. What is the opposite side? That is 5. What is the hypotenuse is 13. Am I right? I'm right, yes. So sine A is 5. Sine A is 5 over 13. What will be is the reciprocal? And it's called cosec A. Is it going to be 13 over 5? Yes, it's going to be 13 over 5. Do you see that? That's the reciprocal. So if maybe it is giving you problems, start from the trigonometric ratios that you know. Okay, I know that sine A is opposite side over hypotenuse. Therefore, cosec A is going to be hypotenuse side over opposite side. Something like that. I know that tan theta is opposite side over adjacent side. Therefore, cot theta is going to be adjacent side over opposite side. You can start from what you know and then move to the sec till you get used to it. Move to the reciprocal till you get used to it. Okay? Are we fine with that? You can still use your SOHCAHTOA, but you just turn it around. SOHCAHTOA, sine opposite over hypotenuse. So the reciprocal there is going to be hypotenuse over opposite, something like that. Try to come up with a better way that is going to assist you. Okay? Right. I really hope I've covered some of your questions. Right, let's move on. Right. Now, we've done this for some of you. Maybe you've seen this in the classroom. Maybe some of you, you'll be new thing. I'll try to be slow here for the next 15 minutes. Okay, so what knowledge are we going to apply in this example? Okay, do you remember in the previous lesson, identifying the quadrants? Do you remember that? What did you say about the quadrants? We said in quadrant 4, which ratio is positive? It is cos theta. Okay, and then quadrant 1, we said all of them are positive. Cos theta, tan theta, sin theta. And then quadrant 2, it is only sin theta which is positive. And then quadrant 3, it is only tan theta which is positive. We have our cast diagram. Do you remember that? And then we did an activity where we're identifying the quadrant. Which quadrant? Now we're going to have our two conditions, which is this and this. So now, I want you to listen, okay? And then I'll give you time to write things down. The next slide I'm going to show you, right? I want you to listen now, okay? So now when given a situation like this or a problem like this, 37 sine theta plus 35 is equals to 0. What do you do? We have to isolate our trigonometric ratio. What do I mean by that? When I say isolate, I mean make the trigonometric ratio what? The subject. It must be sine theta is equals to. Do we understand? Right, now, so we have 37 sine theta plus 35 is equals to 0. What do? We have to transpose the 35, or we subtract 35 from both sides. Do you remember how we solving equations in grade 9, grade 8? Subtract what you do on the left, we do on the right. You can do that, but to be faster, you can just say, I'm transposing this, it comes this side. Transposing, you're going to do it with when there's addition or subtraction. Remember that. So it's going to be 37 sine theta is equals to negative 35. And then what do? We want to remain with sine theta only on the left-hand side. So what do? We divide by 37 on both sides. You see that? So we divide here by 37, divide this side by 37. So 37 divided by 37 is 1. Do you see that? And then sine theta is equals to negative 35 over 37. This is negative. You see that? So now, what can you say here? We're saying sine theta is negative. Okay? And then tan theta is positive. Which quadrant is that? Where, because this is negative 35 over 37, so it means sine theta is negative. So where is sine theta negative? In quadrant 3 and quadrant 4. Because in quadrant 1, sine theta is positive. In quadrant 2, sine theta is positive. So it is negative in quadrant 3 and quadrant 4. Now we come to tan theta. Remember, we said greater than means positive. Where is tan theta positive? Where is tan theta positive? In quadrant 1 and quadrant 3. So which one is our quadrant now? Where the quadrant that means the two conditions. It is quadrant 3. Now, how do we draw our terminal ray? I'll give you a simple thing. Okay? You know a bow tie. Okay? Or a butterfly. You know that? Yeah, draw your butterfly, maybe with a faint pencil. You draw your butterfly like this. or a bow tie. You know bow tie. For boys, you can say bow tie. For girls, say butterfly. This is the butterfly, or this is the bow tie. Every time, just do that. You'll never go wrong. Because I've seen people drawing wrong things. You see? So when you're drawing your diagram, you'll follow these dotted lines. Okay? So we have our quadrant 3. So draw your terminal ray there. Okay? And then sine theta is y over r. Y. So it means this one is y, then the 37 is for r. Okay? So y is negative, r is always positive. So it's going to be, we don't know the x, so you're going to say x, then negative 35, and then we have our 37 here, which is always positive. So now we have one thing that is missing, okay, which is x. How do we find x? Anyone who knows? Look at these 4 things. 1, 2, 3, 4. How are we going to find x? We're going to use our Pythagoras theorem. Remember that r squared is equals to x squared plus y squared. Okay, so we do that. Our r is 37 squared is equals to x squared. We don't know what x is, plus y, which is negative. Am I right? Yes, I'm right. 35 squared, isn't it? And then what can we do? We can bring this side becomes 37 squared minus negative 35 squared is equals to x squared. How do we get x from here? How do we get x from here? We square root on both sides. We square root on both sides. Right, so now we're going to have our square root here and then square root there. If you want, you can put this whole thing into your calculator. What are you going to get? 12, isn't it? So it's going to be plus or positive or negative 12 is equals to x. So is it going to be negative 12 or positive 12 in quadrant 3? X is negative. So it's going to be negative 12 here. So it means here we're going to have our negative 12 here. Negative 12 here. Okay. So that's what I wanted you to do. Okay. Right now, I'm going to show you nicely this process. Then we answer our question. Remember, we're supposed to do this. Then we'll be done for today. Okay. Right. Now you can write it down. Okay. You can write it down if you want. Right. And then let's try that. So now, okay, can you write that? We said 37 sine theta plus 35 is equal to 0. And then we brought positive 35 to the right hand side. We got negative 35. Then we divided by 37 on both sides. We got that sine theta is equal to negative 35 over 37. It's a mark. Doing that is a mark. Isolating the trigonometric ratio is a mark. Okay? Drawing the diagram, the correct diagram, is a mark. Okay? Right. So now, that is that. Let's try that. Try to copy fast. We're running out of time. Okay? Right. Okay. Right. We're going to have a 5-minute break. Grade 10s, we're going to have a 5-minute break. Let's just take a 5-minute break, then we'll come back. Welcome back, grade 10s. I really hope that you had a good break and you managed to digest what we have been learning. Right, thank you very much for the input we're getting from our colleagues also. We got input from Pomelele Secondary School. Thank you very much. Some of the input you may find that we may implement those things in our next lessons. Thank you very much. Let's continue interacting to assist each other. Thank you a lot. Right now, let's just finish this because we left with maybe 1 minute. Right, so now we're saying now we need to find our, oh, this one is, let's draw the diagram. Find x. We did find x, which was what? Negative 12. We did everything. Okay, we did everything. We substituted our r and our y. Remember, sine theta is y over r. So it means the negative 35 there is for the y, and then r is always positive. Remember that. So then we're looking for the x. We did all that. And then you draw your diagram accurately. Don't make a mistake. Identify the quadrant, which is very, very important. So it means here our x is negative 12, and here is negative 35. That's our y. Okay. Can you still use your opposite over adjacent? But now remember, angle is in the Cartesian plane. We use this. Okay, we did this in the previous lesson. Okay, right, now with this, now we can what? We can then simplify this. Let's just go back to what we have learned. Sec theta is the reciprocal of which ratio? Who knows? It's going to be, it's reciprocal of cos theta. Remember that. So it means cos theta is x over r. So it means sec theta is going to be r over x. Okay, because cos theta is x over r, so it means sec theta is r over x. Do we agree? And then cot theta is the reciprocal of what? Cot theta is reciprocal of tan theta. Tan theta is y over x. So it means cot theta is going to be x over y. You see that? Now let's write those things nicely. Right, we said sec theta is r over x. Our r is 37. Our x is negative 12. You see that? So where there's sec theta, we're going to put 37, negative 37 over 12. And then cot theta is x over y. X is x over y, yes. X is negative 12. And then y is negative 35. What is negative divided by negative is positive. So it's just the same as 12 over 35. Do you see that? And then we just substitute our things here. We're just concluding grade 10s. And then we substitute. I'll just substitute straight away. And then you see what I was talking about. Okay. Right. This is our sec theta, which is 37, negative 37 over 12. Or 37 over negative 12, just same thing. And then here 12 over 35. Remember, negative divided by negative gave us positive. And then without a calculator, you can say negative 12 into 24, that's negative 2. 35 into 70, that's 2. And then negative 2 times 37, that is negative 74. Negative 2 times 12, that is negative 24. And then negative 74 minus 24 is minus 98. Okay, I really hope that you understood the last part. Moving a bit fast, but okay, we'll see again in the next lesson. We'll try to repeat some of these concepts. Right, now I want you to copy the homework just for 1 minute, and then after 1 minute we summarize our lesson. 1 minute. Welcome back. Please, because of time, just write the things that I have circled so that we can write everything. Just try to write the things that I've said. Don't write everything. Okay? Right. Now, let's just summarize our lesson, then we'll be done. Okay? Okay, we've been interacting during the lesson. Remember, sine theta is y over r, opposite side over hypotenuse side. Cos theta is x over r, adjacent side over hypotenuse side. Tan theta is y over x, opposite side over adjacent side. And then today we learned about the reciprocals of trigonometric ratios. So cosec, which is the reciprocal of sine theta, is going to be r over y, hypotenuse side over opposite side. And then sec theta, the reciprocal of cos theta, will be hypotenuse side over adjacent side, r over x. Please remember that. And then cot theta, the reciprocal of tan theta is going to be x over y, which is adjacent side over opposite side. Thank you very much, Cretans. We really appreciate your presence. We really appreciate your feedback and everything, being dedicated and doing your work. Continue doing your best. Let's meet in our next lesson. Goodbye.